Hello Ross, hello Linda, this is Jeff the Garage Guy. Thanks for having me out today to take a look at the garage. You wanted this plan as soon as possible. Technically it was possible for me to stay up and get it done tonight, so I did. What I have here is the top view of your garage. I did your three cars. We got the Lincoln Navigator, the Genesis, and the theoretical Ford Escape all parked in here, so you can get a really good idea of how everything will fit. Let's first talk about these rear cabinets. They're 24 inches deep, and they're going to have the door swing. And this is where I was talking about before, where rather than the door coming out to 90 degrees and stopping and kind of trapping you between the car and the two doors, all of these doors on these large cabinets are going to swing open 165 degrees, so nearly all the way open. And I went ahead and put in 165 degree hinges for the top cabinets as well, as you'll see in a minute. Let's see, is there anything else? Well, you can see you got the Great Race deck floor. We got a funny looking Cub Cadet from 1942 apparently. And I think there's enough room to pretty easily get it parked in there. The Ford Escape, or a car of that size, does leave a pretty generous amount of space left over. You could almost turn this thing and park it the other way. Let's take another look at another angle of the garage here. All right. What I did was I maximized the space the best I could. I built the cabinets, or I would build the cabinets as large as we can. That makes sense. So we'll start on the far left. What I did here was a 32-inch wide cabinet. This cabinet is 5 foot tall, or 60 inches tall, 12 inches deep. That actually happens to be the same size as these two cabinets on the far right. Once again, that's 32 inches wide, 5 foot tall, by 12 inches deep. You may or may not want to go 16 inches deep on here. It would be kind of nice to have the extra space because not everything fits in a 12-inch deep cabinet. But that's going to probably require you to kind of hold a tape measure off the wall and say, do I feel comfortable pulling up next to a 16-inch deep cabinet? It's really kind of hard for me to judge without being on a lawnmower. But something to consider. The cost would be fairly nominal on that. Let's talk about the large cabinets now. Each one of these cabinets are 30 inches wide. And what I did, I typically do a 90-inch tall cabinet, but for you guys here, I did an 84-inch tall cabinet to make room for a 30-inch tall cabinet on top of that. All of these cabinets are 24 inches deep, so we got 84 inches and 30 inches. And plus they sit on top of this 40 or 4-inch tall, approximately 4-inch tall base, which takes the load capacity of the entire system and makes for a very strong cabinet set. Put it this way, if you wanted to put 1,000 pounds of bricks in the bottom of this cabinet, you could. It wouldn't hurt a thing. So these are very, very strong cabinets. While I'm talking about the strength of the cabinets, I'm going to go through and give you the construction of the entire cabinet. The sides of the cabinets, the doors, and the back of the cabinets, they're all 3/4 inch industrial melamine. It's a high quality melamine. What makes these cabinet doors stand out is the thick edge banding going around the doors, which makes them very impact resistant. And the extruded handles are an option, which pretty much keeps your fingers off the cabinets. It's really difficult not to use these handles when you open and close the doors when you use these handles. Inside the cabinet and the top and the bottom of the cabinet, all the shelves, tops and bottoms, are 1 inch thick. So that's not a 3/4 inch part, that is a 1 inch thick part. So we have a full 3/4 inch box, including the back, and 1 inch thick shelves, tops and bottoms. These are the strongest cabinets in the industry. I've been building these for a long time. I've been perfecting them over a decade. If you have any doubts on the quality and strength of my cabinets compared to the competition, I strongly suggest you come on out, take a look at some of my work. Most of it's on the east side, so it'd be a drive, but I think you'd be really impressed with these cabinets in person. Here at the bottom we have another view. You can see how these cabinets are 24 and it dips back to the 12 inches. Of course, I made room for the garbage can here and enough room for the lid to open. It doesn't technically open straight up, but you don't generally open the lid straight up. You just kind of pick it up and toss the bag in. You could easily pull it out a couple inches and lift the lid all the way up. I didn't want to put the cabinet too high. I wanted you to be able to reach in there, so that's what I decided to do there. Around the entire perimeter of the garage, I have a gray panel of store wall, as we talked about, what I call a pinstripe. I do it absolutely everywhere. It's not only a function, it is a look. So I even put a little piece here in between the cabinet and the window, you know, and over here, just to complete the whole kind of chair rail pinstripe look. On these two cabinets here, I could have squeezed in 36-inch cabinets. It was really tight. But the benefit to this also is that if you want to hang stuff on this right wall and swing this door open, it's not going to interfere with, the two aren't going to interfere with each other, so that should be really nice. On the subject of the store wall, I even put it on these front walls here and here, and in the little section of wall in between the two garage doors. Okay, here is my 4x8 overhead storage unit. Same thing as everybody has. It's, you know, it's a high loft storage unit, 4 foot by 8 foot with adjustable height, so I'll be able to install those to fit just the right height over the garage door. Nothing too particularly special about these. They're pretty good. They're a pretty good system. And I think probably everybody in the garage industry probably uses these for overhead storage units. All right, so let's talk about pricing. I guess I should have mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you haven't already, you can go ahead and print out a printable version of this so you can take notes, and it will also have the actual prices here. I don't share those in my videos. Okay, so we have our 3 cabinets, 30 inches wide by 90 inches high by 24 deep. I got a price for that. And then as you go through, you can see basically we have 3 sets of 3 cabinets in this plan. So you can see the price for each one of those. And then I accounted for the base that I build to go under the cabinets. That is optional, although I highly recommend it. I got a price here for your store wall, your raised deck floor. To paint the stem wall and the step, I charge $0 for that actually, but I want to make sure to put that in there. 3 4x8 overhead storage units installed, and then I priced out painting the drywall and the wood around the garage doors, and I'm talking about the big garage doors that the cars go through. If you look at the wood around there, it's just bare 2x6s. If we were to just paint all the walls, the drywall, then those would stick out kind of as ugly. So we want to definitely take care of that. Down here I have the optional extruded handles, and I have a price for those. Those really jazz things up. I think you guys would enjoy having those handles, but they are kind of expensive, so I always set those aside. Total price. And then underneath that, you'll notice I have 182.5 cubic feet of cabinet space for X amount of dollars. And then I give you a price per cubic foot of storage. This just helps you if you care to do the math to compare it to the amount of space per dollar you're getting with other cabinets. I don't know if it's more or less. I'm real confident my cabinets are the best. But that's up to you to decide, and you can see the value of ours versus maybe somebody else's. Floor coating, I did a quick price for you guys on a floor coating as well, if you decided you wanted to do that rather than the raised deck floor system. Once again, I really appreciate the opportunity. Just give me a buzz, 513-374-9344, or just respond back to this email, jeff@thegarageguy.com. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you soon.